just for argument's sake.
Well, what should I say about climate change?
Well, what should you do?
Did you drive here?
If you're, no, I didn't.
What did you do? How did you get here?
I took public transport.
Okay, well, you know.
But that's not really, but again, that's hardly the point. I mean,
well, no, it is the point.
Well,
it is the point, because it's part of the problem with climate change is irreducible complexity.
Right.
It's like, you know, there's a cost to our existence, and the cost is externalization.
Yeah.
Right, externalization of costs, and we don't know how to manage that.
Right.
And I would say, should we be concerned about it? It's like, yeah, absolutely. Do we know how to be concerned about it? Not really.
Not really, right. So then how do we learn? That becomes the question, right? So the younger generation who are
I can give you an example.
More directly affected, the kinds of people in developing countries and younger people who feel the pinch of this all the more because they can see, for example, New York, the chance of it being underwater by the end of the century is not negligible. And therefore, they're looking for a response that really matters to them. And when you think about responsibility,
that's easy. That's easy.
No, but their view is don't patronize me about my bedroom when I've got the planet to save.
I think your bedroom is important.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they
no,
might
but I
too,
seriously
but they think the
that.
whole planet is more important. They're more concerned about that. And why is that wrong?
Your bedroom is a microcosm of the planet.
Right. Well, tell us about that then.
Well, let's go back to the climate issue here first, because there's this guy that I'm aware of. His name is Boyan Slat, and I'm going to talk to him in the relatively near future, I think. And he's a model for young people. He went out scuba diving when he was 17, and there was a lot of plastic, and that sort of bothered him. And then he started thinking about manta rays and how they move through the water, and then he noticed that most of the plastic was in the top 6 inches, and then he thought, I wonder if I could build a machine that was like a manta ray that would float on top of the water. And anyways, to make a long story short, he's devised a way to rid 50% of the plastic in the world's oceans within 5 years, and has spent the last 6 years developing that and is well on the way to implementing it, and it looks like it might work, and he's going to be able to make a profit from it, just to add that extra bit of punch. Yeah. And so Boyan Slat, I would say, it's like, I don't know if his room was clean or not, but there was something about him that was dead on, because when he looked at a problem like that, he thought, I'm not going to go out there and tell a bunch of other people what they're doing wrong so that they can solve it. I'm going to bloody well fix it. And that's what I'm telling young men in particular to do. Although, if young women want to do that, it's like, great, more power to them. But, people say, well, I'm taking climate change seriously. I'm going out to protest. Like, you're not taking it seriously. That's not serious. Serious is you're going to devote 80 hours of your life to it for the rest of your life, right? You're going to work on that so intently that you're not even going to think about anything else. Like, that's serious. So what you care about